Okay, we're live. Let me give you the link.
Mushroom. I mean, not mushroom. Marshmallow mushroom. Yeah, something like that's your name.
Uh, what? Mushroom?
Marshmallow mushroom. That's his name, isn't it?
Marshmallow mushroom? Okay, here's the link to our current discussion so you can follow on my YouTube channel. Okay, so what do you want to know?
Can AI be conscious?
Can AI be conscious? Sure, why not?
No, it can't. No, it can't.
Why not? Why do you feel
AI
that it
cannot be
cannot?
fucking conscious. It can. Dude.
Why not?
Okay. It can be. It can be more intelligent than a human, but it cannot be fucking conscious.
Why not? Why can it not be conscious?
How? Explain how it can be conscious first off.
Well,
The fuck?
okay, so I mean, you can make a simple assumption. We are biological machines, right? We're just at the end of the day, we're just
And we are conscious.
hold on. But
I
that's
mean,
just an
that's stretching the metaphor of a machine, right? Machine is a
Consciousness is beyond
mechanistic
fucking
thing,
machine.
but life is organism, right? An organism is uh, it's like cyclical causality, not only efficient causality, which is
it doesn't
what is
matter.
currently there in
It doesn't
AI,
matter.
right?
If you make the assumption, let's start from an assumption
Oh
that
my
we
fucking god.
are mechanical creatures. We're just composed of
We are
atoms.
not just mechanical creatures.
Well, let's just make the assumption.
Yeah.
If we make this assumption, then you do agree that AI can be conscious, right?
No.
Wait, okay, so we have a problem. So you think that if we
It's completely
assume,
different.
okay, hold on. So even if we assume,
Consciousness is completely different to
hold,
fucking your
wait,
mind. It's like just thinking like analytically and fucking all that shit.
hold on. If we assume that humans are just mechanical creatures, if we assume that, then you have to agree that AI can also, like humans, be
If
conscious.
humans are
Conscious.
just mechanical creatures, they wouldn't
Yeah,
be
the
conscious.
conditional is true, but I don't like
Wait, you have to
agree with the
agree.
premise, right?
Wait, you have to agree with
If
this, right?
humans are just mechanical creatures, they are not conscious.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
no, no. As
So what the fuck
assuming,
is he saying?
no, wait a minute. Assuming, wait, you cannot just assume. I mean, let's just assume for this.
If I were to assume that a human would
No, no,
still
no.
not be conscious.
Conditional is true, but I don't agree with the premise, right? So that's where the
So,
that
so you
claim needs
think,
to be
so you
justified.
think, wait, so you think our consciousness is derived from not from our physical brain, not like it's not from the atoms and molecules that make up our brains? Yes or no?
I don't fucking know, dude.
No, no. And
Wait,
now, if we want to go to physics, then I mean, I would say I would go with
You
Bohmian
can't
mechanics,
fucking prove
Bohmian
consciousness. Like,
quantum
there's no point.
wait, hold on,
Like, you
mechanics, right?
can't prove
Where
where
it's
it
a
comes
hold on.
from.
holistic
No, hold
picture.
on. Wait a
It's
minute.
fucking spiritual consciousness.
What? Oh, okay, sorry.
No, no,
Consciousness is
that's not
beyond
spiritual, right?
fucking science. You can never explain.
Bohmian interpretation of quantum mechanics is holistic, right? Because there's
Nothingness.
the
Can you
I'm
just talk?
not.
Can you just have some breaks in your fucking words or some shit? Like,
Okay, let's have a discussion one on one because you guys are speaking over each other. So,
yeah, I want to talk.
okay,
Like, the
Jackson
fuck?
was first.
Yeah,
Let's go with Jackson for now.
Jackson, go
Go on,
ahead.
Jackson.
Talk. Yeah, fucking. You can't assume you're a mechanical fucking creature and have
Okay,
consciousness at the same time. That makes
okay,
no sense.
okay. So so where does our consciousness come
I
from?
agree with
No,
Jackson.
let's
It
let's
comes from
no
it comes
one at
from
a
brain, so
time.
They're
I can be a
completely
No.
separate
naturalist,
things.
right?
Let's
But I can be naturalist, but still be a biological essentialist, right? That
Wait, nothingness is
biology.
a chick, eh? Are you a chick?
No, no, I'm not a chick.
wait a minute.
Wait, you're a guy?
N- No, I'm trans actually. No, I'm actually not
Wait,
trans.
so what the fuck's your like gender though? Like,
I am omnigender. I don't know. I'm pangender.
wait, what? Like,
I'm
were
just
you
making
born
it
like
up.
with a dick or a vagina?
Both.
Wait, what?
Okay, let's
I'm
continue.
just kidding. I'm just
Let's
kidding.
continue. Let's concentrate
I'm
on.
a man.
All right, avoid the question.
So, so where does consciousness come from, if not from the atoms that make up our brain?
It's so actually, if you want to know my view, I'm a on-tech structural realist. I think it's at there's like real emergence and there's also downward correlation. So I yeah, don't just think that the emergent layer is just phenomenal, and I also think that the whole can affect the part. So that would be
All
like
right,
a high
It,
Aristotelian or
all
hylomorphic
right, all right.
conception of
Normative
reality.
entangler.
yeah.
Normative entangler.
Mr. Slave. Ask yourself decided to
Are you
change.
fucking listening to me right now?
Yes.
Okay. In order to have a mechanical mind, right?
Yeah.
You do not need consciousness. Okay.
In order to have a mechanical mind, you don't need consciousness. Um, I don't know. I honestly don't know what you mean by that. But 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 I asked the
What? It's
question.
so simple.
Okay, I asked the question. If so, where, according to you, where does consciousness come from, if not from the
It
mechanical part of the
comes.
brain?
The consciousness is everything. There is nothing but consciousness. Everything comes from consciousness.
I don't understand. I
God
don't.
is consciousness. That's
Idealist.
the only real thing in this reality.
God?
Yeah, I mean,
Everything else is an illusion.
Did you say
The
God?
only real thing, is consciousness. That is God. The consciousness is God, and everything else within within consciousness experience, is an illusion.
Okay, I'm lost. Did you say
So
God?
basically, consciousness comes from consciousness. That's God, and
That's
everything else
psych.
comes from consciousness.
That's
yeah, I mean,
cycle. That's a cycle reasoning, whatever. Like cyclical
So did you get your
reasoning.
answer? I think you did.
Cyclical reasoning is your answer? Consciousness comes
Oh
from
my fucking
consciousness?
god! You asked a question and I fucking answered it.
Where does consciousness come from?
Consciousness does not come from your fucking brain.
So where does it come from?
Everything comes from consciousness.
But where does consciousness come from?
It's always existed. It's never came from somewhere. It's always existed. It's
Hmm.
beyond the realms of time and space.
Okay.
It's formless and it's always existed. Right?
Mhm.
Something cannot come from nothingness. It doesn't
So
make any sense.
so consciousness existed before the
only
Big Bang?
nothingness comes from
Wait a minute.
No,
consciousness.
there's no fucking Big Bang. Like, that's some
There's no
bullshit.
Big
Dude,
Bang? You deny the Big Bang
dude,
theory?
you think our primitive form of fucking science can explain the Big Bang? That's just something we've observed in space. It doesn't mean it's the start of the fucking universe, and we don't even know what the fuck it is.
Okay, then just to answer the question. So consciousness existed before the Big
Yeah, the
Bang?
Big Bang came from the consciousness.
And you're saying consciousness is immortal. It's like
Consciousness just is. All it is observation. All it is observing.
Mhm. So it's consciousness is observable?
No, consciousness is observing. The definition,
So according
observing.
to you, like a rock is has consciousness?
No.
Yeah, that would be his view, right? He's saying everything, the ground of the
According to
ground of
you,
Oh, actually,
existence is
yeah.
what's else.
Technically, it
Yeah.
is because when you look at a rock,
yeah.
The rock looks
you and the
flat.
rock are the same thing.
Wait,
And when
what?
you observe the rock, you're seeing the rock. Yeah,
Wait, what?
yeah, exactly.
So the rock has
Me,
consciousness?
yeah. So every single thing in the entire universe is consciousness.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, you
So
said
when I
that.
look at a rock,
Yeah.
look at a rock, I'm actually imagining it, because everything we look at is an imagination. It's not the true reality. So when I
Mhm.
look at a rock, It's actually conscious because I'm looking at it. A rock and me are the same thing.
Wait a minute. Is consciousness a scientific phenomenon?
It's beyond science. Science is entrapped into this realm,
So
physical realm.
your theory of consciousness is unscientific?
Well, obviously, what?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
There's only
So
so much
yeah,
science can
it's
fucking.
metaphysics.
Science is extremely limited. As if I can
You,
prove
you can,
consciousness and everything I just said with fucking science. What?
yeah, he can be a Berkeleyan idealist, right? He can just say
wait a minute.
that we
Hold on.
cannot get out of our perception, so everything is perception, or yeah,
You
everything
can't. You can't look at
exists.
your. You
One at a
can't look at
time.
your true self, right? So basically, s- science is within consciousness. You can't transcend. Like it doesn't make any sense that you can explain something that is. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense, man.
Yeah, you start with I
One.
think, therefore I am,
No, no,
and
no, no, no. Nothingness. Let me talk to Jackson because if you both speak, I'm not going to be able to talk. And so, one at a time. After I'm done with him, you can jump in. So, hold on. So, according to Jackson, so science is the method by which we just observe things.
Exactly.
Science is what is observable. So,
Yes.
how do you know anything if you don't observe it? By what means do you achieve knowledge unless it's by observing it?
I know that I'm conscious. Everything else I don't know that's real apart from consciousness. That's the only thing that you can prove that's real.
cogito
Hold
ergo
on. No,
sum.
no, no, nothingness. Please stop. Hold on. I'm trying to understand. Science is that part of life by which we make observations. So you could
Yeah.
say that since you observe your own consciousness, then it's scientific. You're observing it, so it's observable. You have your own evidence. You feel that you have consciousness. That's scientific.
I mean that part, not the rest. You
What do you
can't
mean the
prove everything.
rest?
You can't
Wait,
prove everything about the entire universe, how it was made or anything, because it was with science.
science is about observation. If not by observation, how can you
Yeah, a part
attain?
of what I'm saying is in science, yes.
Yeah, let me complete my
I
sentence.
mean, like,
No, no, nothingness, no. Stop. So, Jackson, if not by observation, how do you attain knowledge?
If it was not without observation, how do I obtain knowledge? Like of what I
Yes.
just said?
Just answer the question. There's
Like
one
of
way.
what I just said? Like, are you asking how I got the knowledge of what I just said if I didn't observe all of it?
But you're saying that
Oh,
there's.
technically, I did observe it through my imagination.
Wait 1 second. Science is a method of attaining knowledge by observation. Let's define for now. Science is a method of obtaining knowledge by observation. Now, according to you, there is a method of obtaining knowledge not by observation. My question is then how do you attain that knowledge if not by observation?
Imagination, conceptualization,
Like, give me an example of knowledge that you attained.
conceptualization,
Yeah, give me an example.
imagination.
Yeah, give me an example. What
I just told you.
knowledge? Well, give me an example. What
I just
knowledge?
did. Do you not know what
What no?
conceptualization means?
No, I don't know I don't know what you mean. I mean, I'm looking for knowledge. Im- Like, what knowledge have
Well,
you
there's different forms
attained?
of knowledge. There's like basic knowledge that you can just get from
Give me an example.
like the physical
Give-
world.
Wait, the physical world is observable. That's scientific.
Yeah, this is beyond the physical world, dude.
Yeah, 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 sure. So give me an example of knowledge that you have attained not by observation.
Imagination,
Give me an example.
conceptualization.
Give me an example.
I don't know what you mean. What do you mean to give you an
Example.
example of?
What is the knowledge? I mean, conceptualization is a nice word. Is that knowledge? You define conceptualization as knowledge. Conceptualization,
Maybe it depends on
no,
your perception.
no. Conceptualization is not knowledge. It's just a word.
Okay, then fine.
What
But
do
I
you mean?
just said it was conceptualization that I gained my knowledge. I didn't
What?
say it is knowledge.
Give me an example. Exactly. Give me an example of knowledge. Give me an example. What knowledge have you attained if not by observation?
Um, that this does this.
Wait, what?
2 plus 2 is 4. That's like a priori.
That's by
And
observation.
in
You
the
would
text.
not know that if you didn't observe it. How would you
Yeah.
know?
No, no, no.
How would you know two plus
That's
two is four if not by observation?
no, no, no. So you're confusing it, right?
Excuse
Because
me?
that's and that's analytic. So that's a priori, right? Like
No,
mathematical
no,
arithmetic truths are a priori.
no, no. You noticed. You were shown that one plus one is two. You observed it. It's
No, no,
observable.
but you are confusing the chain of justification with the chain of. Uh, so I mean, in that sense, everything comes from the. Everything starts from some empirical observation, but
Exactly.
that's not the justification for it, right?
Of
I mean,
course it is.
everything starts from no, no, no. So, I mean, you can come to know knowledge that you were born in such and such time in such and such place and language, and so that's all history and context is there, but that doesn't mean that the chain of justification for that claim is you being in that time and place, right?
Nothingness. Nothingness.
Because
Nothingness. Why
I
don't
would
you
say
hold on?
mathematics is
Nothingness. Nothing. Why don't you hold on? It's a good discussion, but I want to finish with Jackson. I want to see what Jackson has to say. I want to see if Jackson can because you might. I don't know. Let's finish with Jackson. Jackson, can you give me an example of knowledge you have attained not by observation? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the example?
Oh, not by observation.
Yeah.
Conceptualizing something.
Sure, but give me an example.
I just did.
What's the example?
When you conceptualize something, you can gain
Yeah.
knowledge from that.
Give me an example. Why don't you give me an example? I'm not asking for much.
I don't know how. I don't know how to give you an example of that.
Conceptualization sounds like a technique. It sounds like a method. It sounds like a
Yeah.
procedure.
a
Fine,
process.
give me an example. Nothingness, hold on. Give me an example.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what you're asking me to.
So
I mean, he's
so
asking you for an example of innate knowledge, right? You're a rationalist, you're claiming that.
I can't get an example right now.
nothingness gave an example, but why are you not able to give an example?
I can't. I don't know why.
W- I don't understand why you cannot. Nothingness gave a good example, and I can have a discussion with nothingness about his example. But why don't you give me your example?
I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Nothingness gave the example 2 plus 2 is 4 as an example of attaining knowledge not by observation. Why don't you give me
Yeah.
an
So
example of knowledge attainment not by observation?
when I see a fucking penguin in my mind,
That's
right?
okay, but that's because you once observed it. That's observable. A penguin, you
Okay. Yeah.
observed
Yeah.
it. So give me an example of
Oh, okay.
knowledge.
Feeling.
Well, you observe your own feelings, so that's
Okay.
observable.
Well, there's nothing you. It's all observable then.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. Done. Done and
Actually, no,
done.
it's not.
No, no,
No,
All
it's
right.
not. No,
trivial,
no, it's
right?
not.
You
Okay,
can
okay.
also say that
Noth-
you need to know the
nothingness,
word.
nothingness. Let Jackson speak. I'm here. I'm not going away. This is good discussion. Go on, Jackson. You were saying something. You
Yeah. You
conceded.
actually,
No,
there
no,
are
but
things that are out of that are out of
Nothingness, please stop. Wait,
observation.
Jackson, you conceded and then you retracted. So as you were
Yeah. Yeah.
retracting, go on. Why are you retracting? What's your example?
Uh,
In order to retract, you
psychedelic
have just give me one example. You can give the same example.
psychedelics.
Psychedelics,
Have you tried them?
obviously, that's observable. You've observed
No,
them.
it's not.
S-
No, it's not.
Psychedelics is not. You didn't observe, but you didn't try psychedelics.
Yeah, I did.
So you
That's how
observe.
I knew. That's how I
Yeah,
found out.
exactly. That's observable. You
No,
observe.
no, I didn't say that. I put that in my mouth.
Well, fine. So, it's just a word. You tried
I'm telling you, dude.
psychedelics.
When you try psychedelics, man,
Mhm.
it's beyond observation.
No, it's exactly
It's
observation.
unconscious. No,
No,
it's
it's
unconscious.
exactly
Your
observation.
soul,
Unconscious. It's unconscious.
your soul reaches the word soul, and then you have a beatific vision,
Wait,
right?
1 second. No, nothingness will come back to you. Hold on, Jackson. You tried psychedelics. You observed how psychedelics had a reaction as
No,
far as
unconscious.
what what did you say?
Unconscious.
You're unconscious.
That it was unconscious to where I gained the knowledge.
What do you mean? You tried psychedelics. You
And
observed
I
how.
gained the knowledge from the psychedelics unconsciously.
Yeah. What do you mean unconscious? I don't know what you mean by that.
Without
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 awareness?
consciousness, without
Consciousness
observation.
consciousness is just awareness. You were not aware to the reaction you were having to the psychedelics. You couldn't feel any different because of
Yeah.
what you couldn't feel any different? You
No,
didn't
I could. There
feel
was part of it that was observation, but the part where I gained the knowledge was not observation.
what okay, I mean the knowledge of what? What's the example of what knowledge did you gain?
A lot of knowledge, dude.
Wait, what?
It's a lot of knowledge, man. You can't
Give me
just
an
like it's
example.
like not that
Give me an
simple. It's not that
example.
simple, dude. It's not that
Give
simple.
me give me a
Give him an example.
It's not that simple,
Oh,
man. I
Wait,
can't.
wait, nothingness, what did you say?
You have to.
I think I can help out Jackson here. Jackson is
Okay,
saying that
Jackson. Okay,
the
hold on. So, Jackson, let's stop a discussion with you. Let's go to nothingness. Let's see where we
No,
get
no,
to.
no, 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 no,
No,
no,
you don't want to do that? Okay. So, you want to
no.
give an example of knowledge you attained not by observation?
Wait, you take the psychedelics and then you change after it, and you don't know why.
Fine, but what do you
There
mean
you
you
go.
don't know? What do you
There
mean
you fucking go. You want to
okay, but you
concede?
observe, but you said you changed, your mind changed.
And you don't
You
know why.
felt fine, but you we'll get to the why. The why is the part of the science that's called the theorizing. But first you start from observation. Science starts from observation.
No,
Science
no,
has
no. The
nothing.
change happened through unconscious, and it's only after the change happened I observed it.
Fine, but you observed it.
No, but the actual process was not observed.
If
It
you
was
did
only
not
it's
after.
observe it,
beyond observation.
hold on.
It
If
was
you
a
did not
mystical experience, man.
wait, nothing else.
Just say it.
Nothing else. Hold on. So you claim the change took place and only then you observed it, Jackson?
Only after it happened, yeah.
So you claim the change took place and only then you observed it? Yes or no?
Well, I created the change though. So
Jackson, I'm asking you to repeat what you said. I just want to clarify because that's what I
the actual
heard.
process of what the change happened, right,
Was
was
before
unconscious.
was it before your
Un
observation? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you know that a change took place if you did not observe it?
No, I created it. So
Wait, what? How do you know? What is your method of attaining knowledge if not through observation?
I that's what I just told you, dude.
No? Well,
Psychedelics.
you experienced taking psychedelics. You
Part
experienced.
of it was, yeah.
Wait, so part of it was not through the experience? So then
Yeah.
then by what method did you attain
I changed
knowledge?
after it without knowing what it was.
Okay, Jackson, honestly, I give up. I don't understand. So let's go with
Dude, it's because
nothingness.
you haven't taken psychedelics. We're not on the same wavelength right now.
Jackson, it's really not complicated. Everyone took
But it
psychedelics.
is complicated when you're fucking when you haven't taken psychedelics. You haven't taken them, have you?
Of course I have. Who hasn't?
Oh, what have you taken?
Jackson,
Yeah, I've also done acid and
What did
everything
let's
as well.
not
What did you
change
take?
But
let's
Did you
not
take
change.
psilocybin?
It doesn't matter.
No,
It,
no, just tell me the one and we can continue. Did you take psilocybin?
I don't know what I
I
took.
mean,
Or
Honestly,
did you
I
take
think Jackson, you don't
5-MeO-DMT,
I
even
took
dimethyltryptamine?
have basic knowledge of philosophy, man. I
I
think
took
you're not
shrooms.
equipped.
I took magic
Oh,
shrooms.
so you take yes, you took psilocybin mushrooms. That's the best one.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually,
Fine.
no,
Yeah.
5-MeO is the best, but
Oh, okay. I don't care. I honestly don't care. Don't care for
Actually,
chemicals.
DMT is the best.
I don't
okay,
care.
so
I don't care.
I concede to the observation thing
Okay. So fine. So let's stop.
I don't.
because you what? How do you
So
not
let's
concede
go
to
back to
it? Are you
consciousness.
retarded?
So let's
Okay,
go back to
yeah.
consciousness. So you concede that consciousness must
Yes, yes, yes,
be.
yes.
So consciousness is mechanical. You just conceded.
What? You just jumped to a whole new thing,
Fine, fine, fine. No problem. Let's do it step by step. So all we observe in the universe is atoms, right?
no?
Okay, what else do we observe?
It's energy.
How do we observe energy? Energy is
Just
particles.
because you can't observe something doesn't mean it's not out there.
F- So how would you attain the knowledge that it's out there if not by observing it?
You can't.
So how would you attain the knowledge it exists?
Because God's within us all. And we just know, you know.
Made in the image of God. It's imprinted. The innate knowledge is
How
imprinted
do
in
you
us. So,
how
Exactly.
do it
Exactly.
how by what
yeah.
method do you attain? I mean, you already conceded
Dude,
that
we're
you
already
won't.
fucking born with it, man. You can access it if you
Yeah.
if you
We
if
already you
you you know
already
go through life and
conceded.
you
Are
did
you
take the right
retracting?
path.
Wait, Jackson, are you retracting your concession?
No.
You're not
In the
retracting?
beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God.
Okay, so you guys, okay, Jackson, why don't you let's stop the discussion. I'll go with nothingness, and then if you want, we'll
No, 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 no,
continue.
no. I've got time that I can't be. I can't be wasting time, dude, like that. Like,
Jackson, we're
you gotta
going in
be.
circles.
I'm
You
trying to
can
debate your. No, that's what you
no.
think. But I'm telling you the facts, and you can't. You're not okay with it.
Okay.
So
Jackson, stop. Jackson, my time
it's
is
a fact.
Jackson, I gotta get back to my work. I don't want to waste time. Don't waste my time.
Work.
Yeah, I gotta get back to work.
You don't even fucking do work, man. You couldn't even
Okay,
tell me one single little thing that you do for work.
okay, Jackson, my time is
Fucking
valuable,
AI something. What the fuck
and
is that?
we're streaming on
You
YouTube,
probably
so
just.
whoever is listening to this is getting
Oh
bored.
shit! Wait, you're
Yes.
streaming this? No,
Yeah,
I
I
was just
sent you the
trolling you,
link.
dude. I was trolling. What?
Fine. Let's go
Yeah,
with
your high face is on the
let's go
YouTube.
with
Just
nothingness.
listening to it.
Nothingness, it's your turn. You're on. So
No,
nothingness.
no, I'm just saying your argument also applies to language, right? Because we have to know the word observation. So language is primary in everything. That everything is based
Nothingness.
on linguistic aspects.
Can you fix
Aspect.
your mic? I can barely understand what you're saying. And can you speak slower? Like speak like me. Like stop after every word. Stop words. Like use separate words because I can barely understand you because of your mic, and I can barely understand you because
All
of
right, so
your accent.
yeah,
So
I concede for what you were saying, but not with
mhm.
the rest. So
Let's go with
Yeah,
nothingness.
okay.
Let's go with
no, 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 no,
nothingness.
Okay,
because
so I'm saying that
oh, for fuck's sakes.
uh, what
Dude, first of
you're
all,
basically saying
whatever the
that
fuck you are, get a better mic and just calm down with the delay, the space between words, right? So
okay,
Nothingness, yeah. Speak
I'll
slow, separate the words.
so instead of saying okay, nothing wrong with your accent, but just go like okay.
Yeah, speak slower. Nothingness speak
uh,
really, really slow because I can like
And
98% of what
talk
you
a bit
say.
louder, like talk like a. You got to be direct, you know. You can't be little fucking shy, little weakling. You got to
No,
be
no, no.
direct.
Your mic is terrible on
Okay,
top of
so
everything. Mm-hmm.
Here we
yeah,
go. Here
mic
we go.
mic issue is there. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that your argument also applies with language instead of observation. If you say that any experience that you're having, but to put it in a claim, you need to put it in language and linguistic practices come first. So I would take something like a language game position that there are different linguistic practices, and yeah, you are trained in the empirical and the scientific linguistic practice, but Jackson
Wait,
is
nothingness,
talking in.
nothingness. Wait. I cannot understand what you're saying. So let me ask a question because I don't know what you
We
just
just get
said.
like a quick gender check first.
No. Stop, Jackson. Stop. Don't waste everyone's time, please. Okay, nothingness.
It's a yes or no.
No.
Just answer
Hold on.
like
No.
Jackson is high. Jackson, are you
biolo-
currently on
Okay,
shrooms?
I'm gonna
biological
go.
gender,
I'm
male or female.
I'm gonna leave. If you guys waste my
Which
time, I'm
one?
gonna have to leave. Um.
Namaste.
Why is nothing this embarrassed about his her gender?
Okay, I'm leaving.
Jackson is trolling.
Yeah,
Ban
Jackson, you're
Jackson.
trolling. You're wasting our time. Please stop it. I gave you plenty of chances to express yourself. Please let nothingness speak for a
You're
little
just not on my
bit.
level, dude.
Okay, nothingness. Do you right? We're the question is,
Thought you were leaving.
does consciousness arise from the particles that make up our brains, or is there something
No,
else? So what
it's
is it?
something else.
No. Nothingness,
So
please answer. No, just answer. Is it from the particles, from the observable particles like atoms, or is
Obviously,
it
fucking
something
not.
else? Nothingness,
Gotta
just
be
answer the
Adam.
question.
yeah, so I mean, I'm not a physicalist, so I wouldn't say it's just the particles,
Okay,
but
fine,
Imagine,
but,
imagine
fine.
but yeah,
saying that
I would
fucking
be
like
a
consciousness is
or
atoms.
I could be a
No,
non-reductive physicalist,
nothingness,
but I would say
nothingness, nothingness. I don't want you to speak too much because when you speak, I honestly cannot understand what you're saying because of your mic, your echo, and your accent. So there's no point. So I'll just ask you
okay,
short
I'll
questions.
speak short questions. Yeah, okay, go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. So you answered the question. I'm just going to repeat your answer. Consciousness comes not from the particles that make up our brain, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
Okay. So where does it come from?
yeah. So I mean, I don't like the word, even the consciousness, because it's like it has different uses in different contexts and people mean different things. So
Wait a
I
minute.
mean, I would just say,
Wait a minute. So you reject. So wait. So you don't like consciousness? Okay. So you want to replace it with a different term?
yeah, I mean, I would say the ground of being is the one, or
The
the
what?
source of. I
Being?
mean, everything emanates from the one. So I'm a Platonist. So
Everything,
I
you're a Platonist? Everything emanates from what?
from the one. It's
From the
have you
one?
heard about? Yeah.
From the one? What do you mean the one? God?
So the one in the new Platonic system, it's not God. It's you cannot make any claim about it because you can only make negative claims about it because all the forms that emanate. So it's like a hierarchy. In Platonism, there's different levels that there are the intelligibles and there is sensible. So the empirical world we have sensibles, but in
Sensibles?
the yeah,
Speak your
but
words clearer.
No, I
above
can
the
barely. I can. Okay, let me ask you, Mr. Nothingness. So,
It's a fucking she.
no. Nothingness, please answer the
It's
following. No,
it's a
Jackson,
fucking
stop.
she.
Jackson, stop trolling. Stop wasting our time.
I'm not
Nothingness,
trolling.
stop.
I'm
Nothingness,
trying to help you, dude.
nothingness, don't help. Nothingness. So I'm going to ask you the same question as I asked before. So there's a method known as science by which we attain knowledge by observing the universe. I don't know of any other
You're not
method. Do
observing the
you?
universe, dude.
Yes or no? Nothing. Let's just answer with a yes or no.
You can't observe the universe.
Yeah, I mean, I think it gives us access to the phenomena, but
Wait a minute. No, no,
all
no,
the
no. No, no. Nothing. That's just yes or no. Is there another
no,
way of
the answer.
attaining? Wait a minute. I'm going to repeat the question. Is there another way of attaining knowledge besides observing the universe?
Yes.
Nothing
Yes,
is yes or
yeah.
no. Good. Yes. Okay. So what is that method? Could you describe that method?
So the method would be uh, making the making something explicit about that was implicit in the practice. So I
I
am an
don't understand.
externalist about
I don't. No, 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 no. I stop with all these big words. I don't even understand these words. So can you give me one word? Like I can give you the one word that describes observation. We usually call it science. It's a method of observing the universe. Now, you claim you have
again.
another method. Hold on, hold on. I don't understand when you start speaking long sentences. I have no idea what you're saying. On top of everything, you use big words that I don't understand. So my question is, can you give me that one word that describes the method by which you attain knowledge that's not by observing?
Yeah,
Yes or
that
no?
would be recollection. Yeah,
Wait,
recollection.
recollection? Did you say
Yeah,
recollection?
recollection. Yeah, recognition and recollection.
Reco- but so can you recognize and recollect something that you've never observed?
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Wait, okay, give me an
Yeah,
example,
yeah, yeah.
please.
So, recollection would be making the taking the historical practice of genesis of
No, no,
some
no, no,
conceptual
no,
determinations.
no, 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 no. Nothingness. Give me an example of knowledge you've attained not by observation.
Yeah, that would be something like knowledge by thinking, right? Like uh, it's the mathematical or geometric knowledge, the knowledge about
Give me an example. Okay,
Euclidean proofs. So
okay, okay. Mathematics, like 1 + 1 = 2. That's knowledge you've attained not by observation.
yeah, that would be
So,
yeah, that would be like part of the
so
reasoning
how do
and rationality,
you,
right? Yeah.
so, but, but when like you believe 1 + 1 = 2, you're imagining something like one cow plus another cow is two cows. So you're just
No, no,
recollecting.
I'm
Excuse me.
not empiricist about. I don't think that makes coherent sense
So
because
when
we are
you
abstracting from the particulars, right?
no no stop
It's a
stop stop stop. I don't understand when you start going on and on speaking. I have no idea what you're saying. I wish I
Oh
did.
my
I just
god.
don't
Oh
understand you,
my god.
unfortunately. So my question is, so when you imagine 1 + 1 being 2, you're imagining something, right? Like a cow and another cow, and in your imagination you have two cows, or a finger and another finger, you have two fingers. These are things you have observed. You're
no,
just
No, it's something
recollecting.
you're
no.
born with, dude. Your little small brain's not getting it, mate.
No, Jackson, stop. Jackson,
You're
stop.
born with this
Jackson,
knowledge.
stop.
You just know.
Jackson,
I
stop.
swear in my life,
Jackson, stop. Jackson,
when
stop.
a baby is
Jackson,
born,
stop.
they know what two is, what one is of something, what two is of something, what three is of something.
But we
No,
seem
no,
to need to
it's
train
about
them on this. We train them. We train them.
No, they
No,
know
you were not
instantly.
trained. Your mom did not train you.
okay. So okay, let's think about it, right? So
Okay.
do you think it's a
Oh,
necessary
fucking.
truth or it's a contingent truth?
Oh
That
my
one
God.
plus
I
one is
have no
two.
idea what you're saying. What? Speak slower and clearer,
Is
please.
it are mathematical claims necessary or are they contingent? What do you think?
Let's go with the simplest claim that 1 + 1 = 2. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Every child is indoctrinated into
No, not
into
like very,
this,
very, very primitive math.
right? We show children, we prove to them empirically that 1 plus 1 is.
No, when a baby is born, okay,
How would you know
when you
1 plus 1
fucking
is 2
spoon
if
feed
you
them,
didn't have
when you spoon
an
feed
example?
them,
Jackson,
and
stop.
there's two fucking
Okay,
spoons,
okay, Jackson, you're ruining
they
this
know,
discussion.
they know there's two spoons.
Jackson,
Like it's not.
Jackson, you
I
stop
just
it.
get. Did you know?
Jackson,
Wait,
stop.
nothingness. That's a good
Jackson,
claim. I mean,
stop.
it's a good.
Jackson, stop. Jackson, please stop. Okay,
The baby knows if there's two
nothingness,
spoons, if
please
there's three spoons,
answer.
they're getting spoon fed with.
Nothingness, please answer.
They
Yeah.
know how many
How would you
spoons are
know? How
around
would
them.
you know 1 plus 1 is 2 if not by examples
I just
which
told
you
you.
observed? No. Nothingness, please answer.
No, no. I mean, obviously you learn the symbols, right? You learn about, but what does it represent is an abstract
Exactly.
number, right? So what I'm talking about, what
What is
is the
what is that?
reference,
What is that?
not the what, not what
But
is
the
the
abstraction,
symbol or
the,
the.
the abstraction. Okay, I'm gonna mute Jackson, so you might as well mute him. This is sorry, Jackson. I muted you, so you might as well mute him. Oh, he's gone. That's good. So nothingness. Um. So how would you know that 1 plus 1? So you're saying 1 plus 1 equals 2 is an abstraction. The word abstraction just means like it's very similar to extraction. It's like you've seen so many examples of one cow and another cow is two cows and one finger, another finger is two fingers. You've seen so many examples that you just abstract a rule that every one plus another one of that type is two of that type. But it's just a shorthand of all the examples. But you were trained on all these examples.
I mean, I would say that is a very fringe position because I think
Wait, what?
almost nobody is an empiricist about
Hold on. I don't.
mathematical
No,
claims,
no, no,
right?
no, no, no. I don't. I don't. That's. I don't care. That's ad populum. Please don't bring up anyone. We are now the only two people in the universe, so I don't care about anyone else's opinion. So
No, no, but
you were.
I'm saying that.
How do you know one
Yeah,
plus one?
okay.
How do you know 1 plus 1 equals 2 if not by the fact that you empirically, we proved it to you empirically so many times that you became convinced that normally 1 plus 1 is 2. It's just that observation. Like if
No,
every
no,
time,
but
let me give you an example. Let me give you, if every time we showed you one cow and another cow, we put them together, they became three cows, then you wouldn't say that 1 plus 1 is 2. You would say 1 plus 1 is 3. Let's say this universe were such that.
no, no. Okay, that is a strong claim, right? I don't agree with that.
What
Okay,
do you mean?
but go ahead.
What do you mean? It's just an observable. You're just abstracting an observation. You're abstracting an
No, but
observation.
okay, let me say, right? You are saying it's an empirical, mathematical claims are empirical
Of
claims, right?
course,
But
math is a part of science. Of course.
no, but it is mathematical claims are necessary truth.
No,
So it is.
no, no. The
So
number
okay,
one,
let me.
the number one does not exist in the universe.
So you're a nominalist, right? But I said I'm a
No, the
Platonist.
number
But
one does not. We've never experienced. We've never observed the number one. All we observed is one cow. We never observed one by itself. One is a descriptor. One is not a noun. As we observe, we never observed one. You never walk down the street and, oh, Mr. One, finally I meet you. That never happens. So one is just an abstraction. It's just a shorthand of all the experiences you had after you were shown so many times that usually 1 plus 1 is 2, you became convinced of it. That's the way our universe works. It's basically
no, but I think that is. But you are saying that all knowledge claims are inductive claim, right? But I can ask a self-reference question that how do you come to know that is that claim itself inductive or is that a necessary truth
I have
that
no idea what you said. Please
uh,
speak slower.
No, you are making a claim that all knowledge is empirical, right?
Yes,
But
of
is
course.
that proposition or is that claim itself empirical, or is that
Yes.
a
Yes, it's empirical.
necessary?
I mean, I noticed that all knowledge that I attained is through experience, is through observation. So that's it. All
No, but
knowledge
that's a circular justification, right? I'm asking for a justification for that claim. So
that all knowledge is that I attained all the knowledge that I attained is through experience. I never attained any knowledge except for by experience.
no, but
If
that is using the same principle to justify itself. It's
I
circular
don't, un-
justification.
I don't see the circular. I don't see the circular reasoning. I don't see it. I don't see it.
No,
It's a
the,
statistical. I'm
the
giving you a statistical. I'm giving you an empirical information. I noticed, I observed that in my existence, in my knowledge, every knowledge I have ever attained was observed through observation. That's new information that I'm putting on the table. You didn't know this before. There's nothing circular about this statement. If a day comes and I attain knowledge not through observation, I will update you. But for now, I noticed scientifically through observation that the only way to attain knowledge is through observation. There's nothing circular about it that I can
no, no,
tell. Hmm.
but you are using the same principle, right? That
I
we
don't know
get
what you're saying.
knowledge through observation, but and you're saying mathematical knowledge is not empirical. I mean, you are a
It is.
nominalist.
I'm saying it is. I just don't call names. I don't know what these names mean. Nominalist. I don't know these words. I'm sorry. All I can tell you is all the information I've ever gathered in my lifetime is through observation. If
I think you're making a you're making a conceptual
I
error, right? Because
stop using big words. I don't know what it means conceptual. Is
okay,
there is
uh,
just
uh,
answer with yes or no. Is there another method of attaining knowledge that you discovered that is not by observation? It's really very simple. If yes, give me an example. You gave the example 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4. I told you, no, you would not know this if not through observation. How would you know this? And the abstraction
no,
is
no,
just
but
an
I
abs
think
yeah.
your semantic. I mean, I think what you mean by observation is just a previous but that is a genetic explanation, right? That is
Stop
explaining
with the
in
big
a causal.
words. I don't know what it means. Genetic explanation. It's okay. Look, I'm a guy from the street. I've never heard of these terms. I honestly don't care for all these terms. Just answer with a yes or no. I mean, you gave an example of attaining knowledge, like 1 plus 1 is 2.
No, no,
Not my,
I'm saying the semantics of
what?
observation you are using is trivial because everything is observation, right?
Yes,
Because
exactly,
you
exactly.
are saying in a causal sequence
In a
everything
co-
proceeds.
In a causal, I
I
didn't
mean,
say anything. I didn't say causal sequence. I don't know what that means. Give me an
I
example. You
mean
gave
in
it.
physics,
Look, you gave it.
time.
Look, you gave an example of attaining knowledge, such as 1 plus 1 is 2, and you claim that's not by observation. And I would say,
No, no,
how?
no.
Okay, let me
Observation
ask you.
in your sen-
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Okay, let's say you never observed this universe. How would you know that 1 plus 1 is 2?
Yeah, but see that question itself shows the problem, right? Because that claim becomes trivial. Because
I don't
what you're
understand.
saying is
I
because
don't.
what you're saying is anything, any how you come to know the language or the symbolic syntax
I'm not talking
from
about
the
symbolic
from,
syntax. I'm talking about the knowledge that 1 plus 1 is 2. Nothing to do with. I mean,
but knowledge is justified through belief, right? Knowledge is the
you know what? Fine. Even language is through observation. So everything is through observation. Yeah, very good. You know what? Fine, fantastic. All right. I wouldn't.
so that becomes a
Okay,
trivial claim.
let me use your words. I wouldn't be able to conceptualize that 1 plus 1 is 2 at all. Not in any example, nor the abstraction, if not through observation. I would be a blank
I'm
mind.
okay. So
Let,
I'm
let me give you
saying
an
I
example.
agree. You what you mean by observation is just experience, right? That
Yes.
any previous experience.
Yes.
I agree with that. That you need to have experience of some learning something to make a claim. Yeah, I agree with that. That's a very trivial claim, right? Because that is not talking about what is the chain of reasoning or what is the justifying. Because I don't think that any uh, the observation claims are atomic. I think they're theory laden. That every claim would need a supporting inferences for and against it, and uh, in use or practicing language, the reasoning can change for a claim. So a
Okay, I'm
claim
sorry.
that was previously
Nothingness. What? I'm lost. What? Say something short, please.
yeah, I mean, I agree with that we need experience, but where I'm disagreeing with you is that your conception of science is the descriptive claims are atomic, but I
Wait,
don't
what? Wait.
think that.
The descriptive claims are atomic? Did you
Yeah,
say the
yes.
descriptive claims are atomic? Okay, I don't know what any of these words mean.
Okay,
Okay,
you said
you
you're
no no
talking
no
about science,
no no
right? You
no. Hold on. So you feel you said you agree with me, but you okay? What do you agree with me that the knowledge of mathematical knowledge is empirical? Do you agree or disagree?
No, I disagree with that because that doesn't mean that's not what empiricism is. Empiricism is not that you have
Yeah,
an experience.
okay,
Empiricism is that
nothingness.
the
I gotta go. I gotta go. This is like I gotta go and this discussion. I mean, it's an okay discussion. It's pretty good. Um, but
okay. Let me not use the words right, but how
I
would you say that scientific claims? You're saying that now. Give me an example of a claim that you would think is a part of knowledge. Or yeah, let me ask you a question because I
part
think that's why
part
we
of
are getting stuck.
part of language. What?
No, no. What do you think is a good knowledge claim, or what would you say is a good is
One
a
plus one
true?
equals two. 1 plus 1 equals 2 is the best.
No, but that's mathematical. I would say it is not by experience.
Okay,
Experience is not the justification of the claim
the,
because
the sky is blue.
experiences
Stop.
experience.
Stop. The sky is blue.
Yeah, that's an empirical claim. Yeah,
Okay.
I would
Okay.
agree.
Wait, what? So what's the question?
Yeah. So suppose the word blue meant in a different linguistic community something else. So would
Okay.
that claim still be true or false?
I mean, true and false is just an emotional reaction. So when I say true, I just mean that I feel agreement with with what appears to be your feeling. There's no truth sewn into the fabric of reality. Truth is just an emotional expression. The word truth is just an expression of emotion that I'm agreeing with you. I might as well grunt. Hmm. Whereas if I disagree, I would grunt. So it's just these are just evolutions of emotion, of expressions of emotion from our primitive ancestors. So so the sky is
And
blue.
what is emotion?
I just feel that I concur with you, what appears to be your emotion. If your emotion is if I feel that you express an emotion that the sky is blue, that is what you feel, then I would concur with you if I agree if my feeling is the same that the sky is blue. So if you say the sky is blue, I would say, yeah, that's a true statement because I concur. I feel the same about the observation, about the observable.
Okay, so there's like agreement
Yeah.
in the community,
It's an
sort of
agreement.
pragmatic,
What? It's an agreement.
sort
What?
of like a sort of like a pragmatic
Stop using big
notion, right?
words. I don't know what these words mean. I don't care for these words. Look, we're having a very simple discussion. We don't need big words for this discussion. You either claim you have access to knowledge not by observation, or you don't. It's really very simple. And if you do, then you have to give an example. And that would be it. We don't need any more. And since we've been going around in circles, I made my case that even the knowledge of the simplest claim that 1 plus 1 is 2 is a conclusion of observations. Then everything, if that's observable, if the most fundamental rule in math, whatever, is observable, that's how I feel about it. If you agree, then we're done. If you disagree, then I've tried my best. That's all. So we're also done. Either way, we're done. Now, if you feel, or if you want to assume that I'm correct, that 1 plus 1 equals 2 is just an observable, then you have to agree that there is no other way of attaining knowledge. Therefore, the universe, as far as we know, is purely mechanical, because all we observe is the mechanics. And if that's true, and assuming we have consciousness, then you have to agree that consciousness is a result of mechanics. And since a computer is mechanical, there's no reason to assume that a computer cannot attain consciousness. That's my proof. Take it or leave it. Do whatever you want with it. I think it's pretty straightforward. There's minimal assumptions going into this conclusion, so I think it's very strong. And it seems that
Yeah, I
that's
mean, but that's just an emotion, right? Because there is
Well,
just
as I said,
agreement between people.
but okay, fine. I said there's nothing else. All I know is how I feel. Yeah, I experience is feeling. I feel the sky is blue. I feel 1 plus 1 is 2. That's how I feel. That's all I got. I got nothing better than that. That's science. Science is feeling. To like it's like
So,
to Science is
I
feeling.
mean, I wouldn't say science is failing. I would say science make true claims about
No,
reality. But
no,
I'm
no,
a
no,
scientific
no,
realist. But
no. Science
okay.
is about observation. Observation is about the emotions. When you touch something, you have an emotional response. You feel it. You don't feel it when you see something. It's an emotional response. You have a feeling. You have a feeling. Seeing is a type of a feeling. It's part of the category. To see is categorized as one of the feelings. An
Yeah, I
experience is
mean,
feeling. So
uh,
all we have an
uh,
experience. When I say experience, it's just another word for feeling. So if you say all you have is feeling, you just said all you have is science, which is what I claim. That's all I got. Yeah, all I have is science. All I have is observation. All I have is feeling. All I have is seeing, touching. That's the only interface I have to this universe. So you say, oh, that's all you have. Yes, that's all I have. That's exactly the entire discussion. As soon as you present another method by which we can attain knowledge that's not by an experience, then present it to me and we can discuss it. So far, you did not, as far as I'm concerned. You tried with 1 plus 1 equals 2. I showed you, no, that's just observable. So we're done. And since, as far as, look,
no, no. I think you're using experience wrong because I don't think that is the justification, right?
so how would you
It
know one plus
because
one is
I would
two? How would you know 1 plus 1 is 2 if not through experiencing it? I'm honestly asking, how would you know this? If you were a brain in a vat, how would you know anything, if not through experience? Like you have a,
no, no.
you have,
Ex-
you have, we have
that
brains,
is thinking. There's only causal explanation, and that's begging the question against me, right? Because I'm saying there are other explanations which are not,
but you did not give an
which are
example.
just not
You did
efficient
not give an
causality.
example. You did not give an
I
example.
did give an example because
You
I
said
think
1 plus 1.
mathematical knowledge is based on mathematical intuition of the forms because I'm a
I
Platonist. But
If you were a brain in
but
a vat, if you were a brain in a vat, how would you ever know that 1 plus 1 is 2? How? Please tell me.
no,
I'm
no,
really
but
curious.
I don't grant. I mean, I'm a fallibleist, right?
You're what? No
So
big words. How would you know if you're a brain in a vat? How would you know 1 plus 1 is 2? It's a very simple question. Okay, I guess there's too much noise coming from your side. I gotta go. Thank you so much for the discussion. Have a great rest of your day.
yeah, you too. Yeah.
You too. Bye bye. Okay, our house. I'm gonna cut the stream. Cut the stream. Is the stream still going? Yeah, it's good. All right, it was a good discussion. Let's end the stream now. Bye bye.